Hi guys, I'm out here in the sunroom. So many people are curious about the noise of this little finch, but I thought I'd leave the camera here so that you all can see him when he comes up. There he is. This is Toby, and his name is Toby because that's what my daughter named him. He used to have a wife and a daughter, and they did not make it past a couple of years, but he's quite old. He's, let me think, probably 6 years old now. So he's going strong and seems to prefer being alone. You know, some people do, and that's okay. Anyway, today's topic is how my experiment went with intermittent fasting and veggies for breakfast. The first 3 days were agonizing. My stomach was eating itself. I was starving. Waiting until 11 o'clock was really hard. Not eating after dinner, surprisingly easy. I didn't find any issues with that. In the morning, how I got through was to just guzzle water, drink more water. Every time my stomach would hurt or I would be hungry, drink more water. I never could quite do cooked veggies for breakfast, okay? Just the thought of it, or the thought of getting up and actually cooking something, I didn't want to do it. I just didn't want to do it. Wrapping my head around that. I didn't want to do it, and I didn't want to eat it. So it turned into raw veggies for breakfast around 11 o'clock, and that was actually perfect. Absolutely perfect. Because raw veggies, of course, are healthier. So I think it was a texture thing, and of course, me being lazy. Now, remember, my normal routine was to eat cold oats for breakfast around 8 o'clock, and then between 11 and 12, I would have my air-fried potatoes every single day. That was my routine, okay? So that's not a lot of cooking. So you can understand why I just would kind of say, I am not standing at the stove, or I am not, cooking things. Yeah, I could have thrown some stuff in the air fryer, but the thought of eating cooked vegetables was just not appealing to me. And I think a lot of people have that issue with veggies for breakfast, is the texture and the thought of eating those cooked vegetables. It's really not appeasing. And some days it was a salad, and some days I would just grab some carrots out of the refrigerator and celery, and that was it. Sometimes I'd add cucumber to it, and sometimes it was a full-blown salad, okay? So it just varied. After those first 3 days, I was into the routine, and I kept finding myself looking up, and it'd be 12:30, and I'd go, oh, I haven't eaten yet. And it was mostly because those days I was really busy and just forgot about it. My stomach wasn't hurting anymore. I wasn't, oh my God, can I wait to eat? It just got fine. And I lost 4 pounds in 9 days, I think it was. So I got over that little hump of where I haven't been losing weight. And now I've had some days where I've started back with my water aerobics, and I do that very early in the morning. So I'm in the pool generally by 8:30, and then I'm in the pool until 10:30. So 8:30 to 10:30. That's 2 hours of really strenuous exercise. And to be honest, my normal day, I would eat a big bowl of oats and fruit, then go to the pool, and then by the time I was done with the pool, I was literally starving. And so I didn't feel like I would have the energy to go through doing those pool exercises without something in my stomach. So I did not intermittent fast on those days. And I have started having my oats again in the morning on Tuesday and Thursday before I go to the pool, just because I think I need that extra nutrition. And what has my weight done? Well, I truly don't know. And I'll be honest with that. I don't know if it's my scale, okay? And it could be my scale, or it could just be some days I go to the bathroom easier than others. One day I'll get on the scale and it will say 170. The next day 172. The next day 165. This morning I got on the scale and it said 170, and I said, why is this happening to me? You know, I was really, really frustrated. So I went, took my bath, started to get dressed, had on, you know, my underwear and pants, and just as a fluke got back on the scale and I was back down to 165, half dressed. So it could be my scale. It very well could be my scale. That could be my anxiety over, am I gaining, am I losing, what am I doing? It could just be my scale is wonky. So I have to just say to myself, am I going to let this piece of machinery control my life, make me crazy? I've got to just let that go. I've got to let it go. I am a person, and I'll be straight up with you. If I focus on, I've got to lose weight, I'll gain. I will gain every single time because it puts that in my thought process and it makes me binge eat because it's an anxiety issue. So, and I have had a couple of days where I have binged all day long. They were all, for the most part, foods that are compliant. Sometimes it was crackers, and crackers have oil. And some days I would have some bread on a sandwich, and that bread had oil. Bread is my weakness, and anything to do with bread. Bread, crackers, pizza dough. I mean, I'm the one that will eat everybody's crust. You know, you eat your pizza, give me the crust, and I will sit there and have a plate full of crust. Bread is my weakness, and so crackers and anything to do with bread is my weakness. So I have to not think about, I have to lose weight. So I have to just have it in my mind. I'm just here to be healthy, guys. I'm just here to be healthy. I'm here to heal my body and get myself as healthy as I can be. Now, in my mind, I know that being as healthy as I can be will be at a lower weight, but I just can't focus on that. And my brain is just wired funky like that. This has been a very hard year in the weight loss community because I follow people just like you do. And I'm seeing, you know, this person who has, 100,000, 200,000 followers gain 20 pounds because she was eating non-compliant foods. She was eating processed foods. Another woman gained 40 pounds this year. Another woman gained 90 pounds this year. So it's been really crazy. And I don't know if it's something with the planets and all they're going retro or if it's what it is. I don't know. And I'm not going to speculate on that. But I'm just going to say that I've got to be happy I've maintained my weight loss. I have maintained my weight loss, even if I haven't continued to lose. My body is getting healthier, and I know that because my inflammation has stopped. Just the beginning of this year, even though I'm the same weight as I was back in March, I couldn't bend my back. I don't know if you heard that, but it just popped. And pop. So I still had a little bit of inflammation, even though my body, was the same weight back in March as it is now, end of September. My inflammation is still going down because I can now bend myself and pop my back, whereas I couldn't do that before. So that is a sign that I am still healing. My body has a lot of damage. For those of you who don't know, I am disabled. I'm disabled through back and neck injuries, degenerative disc disease, arthritis in my neck, lower back, hands, wrists, nerve damage in my arms, carpal tunnel in my wrists, my sacrum. The injury pushed my sacrum out and my spine down. So I have scoliosis both this direction and this direction. No matter how I stand, it will curve as it should not, okay? So those are all things that aren't necessarily ever going to heal, but this diet is certainly making me feel better. I have a better range of mobility. I can stand longer. A year ago, I couldn't stand in front of you this long. I couldn't walk to go on vacation like I did this year. Last year on vacation, my husband pushed me in a wheelchair through a museum. This year, I went to Niagara Falls and I walked and I went on steps climbing to the attractions and stood in line, and I couldn't do those things last year, okay? So my body is still healing and this diet is working. And intermittent fasting helped me, and the days when I didn't push my breakfast back to 11 o'clock, when I had my breakfast very early in the morning, I binged all day. I just couldn't seem to fill up. Whatever I could shove into my mouth. And I don't think I was hungry. I think I was just wanting to eat, okay? And that's a problem we all have. And I'm human, just like you are. I'm on this journey, just like you are. The days when I pushed back my breakfast to 11 o'clock, sometimes 12, 12:30, I would have my vegetables, my raw vegetables, then a little bit of oats with fruit. If I got hungry in a couple hours, I'd have an apple, and then I'd have a normal dinner. So I was taking in a lot less food. And on those days when I filmed those days for you and showed you what I'm eating, a few people were actually worried I wasn't eating enough. And I was worried I wasn't eating enough. And so I was kind of trying to eat more, push myself to get the nutrients I needed, and it backfired on me, okay? I started binging, and I don't want to do that. I'd much rather take in less food and have a calorie deficit for a short period of time and jumpstart my weight loss than to binge eat all day. Because let's face it, my food tastes good, and that's why I like to eat it, because it tastes good. It's simple food, but it tastes good. So this is my conclusion. I'm not going to stop intermittent fasting, and I'm not going to stop the veggies for breakfast. This is my conclusion to the series, filming it for you to show you the results of the experiment, okay? So I hope this was helpful to you, and tell me your experiences and how it helped you, or if it didn't help you, if it was a failure and you didn't make it through, tell me that and let me know what happened for you so that other people know too, because we're all on this journey together, okay? Have a good day, guys.